Hi there, Jason Hernandez, chef for the California Avocado Commission. Today we're talking about guacamole. We're talking about California avocados. Well, we're in the prime season of California avocados. Starts in spring, goes right through the summer, finishes in fall. So coming up on Cinco de Mayo, we're making a lot of guacamole, but today we're gonna make it 3 different ways. So we're gonna have a little bit of fun with it. We got a traditional, we have a spicy ginger, then we're gonna finish off with a little bit of a Mediterranean with a little bit of feta cheese, some capers, red onions. It's gonna be fantastic. So let's get started. So we're talking about avocados. So you can see here that I have some avocados already cut up. I got some ready to go in our bowl. But first we want to talk about how to take care of an avocado. So taking an avocado, we want to cut it in half, making sure we got 2 nice, good, equal pieces. We want to make sure that that seed in there doesn't get stuck in there, doesn't get stuck into your hand. You always want to be careful. So getting these, cutting them down into different wedges. So you can see this one, we took a little bit of a wedge out. You got 4 different quarters here. Set those aside, using our little California avocado tool. So it's got a little bit of a fork on the edge. You just want to kind of put a nice little notch in there, fold this back. Now you can see there, we got a lot of good space here, good separation from the skin of the avocado itself. That's where you're gonna get the best nutrients. Now that we're able to peel these back a little bit, we're just gonna make some little notches in there. That way it's a little bit easier when we're making our guacamole. So as you can see, I got about 1/2-inch pieces on there. That's gonna make it a little bit easier when we're mixing it up. So the larger pieces that I have, once you start mixing everything in, it's not gonna make it into a spread. We wanna have those nice, good chunks, good particulate in there, really make sure that everything gets mixed up nice and well. So we're just gonna peel that back, add those pieces in there, do this last one here, give it a little slice down the middle, drops right in there, perfect. Excellent. So now we're going to start with our traditional style guacamole. So what does that mean? Well, you can put whatever you want in it. Whatever spices, whatever seasonings, whatever flavors, whatever you enjoy, that's how you make it. So today we're going to start with a little bit of cilantro, add in a lot of cumin in there. So cumin's going to give it a nice little smoke, nice little roasted notes, good flavor in there. Some dark chili powder. So again, a little bit of heat, a little bit of spice, but not too hot. We're going to get a good little color in there as well, but it's not going to be too spicy. Here's where the spice comes in. So this is a jalapeno seasoning. So dried jalapenos, onions, garlic, a little bit of salt, really, really nice, good, bold flavors in there. Really, really adds a good punch in there without adding fresh jalapenos. So with avocados, a good way to make sure that you're saving them. That way they last, the entire barbecue or, or whatever you're using them. A lot of acid in there. So what the acid is limes, lemons, oranges, anything you want to use in there just to make sure you get a little bit of flavor, but it's going to really help keep that color and that nice texture. So we're just going to squeeze a couple limes in there, empty those out, make sure they're nice and mixed up. So as you can see, nice good cover, good distribution here, good flavor. You can see everything mixed inside of there. Now we're just going to grab a spatula and just mix those up. So again, as you're mixing it up, give it a little bit of a press. It starts to break those avocados down a little bit, but now you're just building the flavor into the entire guacamole. So we'll just give this a nice good mix. Wow, it smells delicious. Colors are starting to mix in. You can see it's nice, bright green. Excellent, excellent flavors. So one last little turn there. Now you can see inside of there, I have nice good chunks. So it's not like a spread. So you can mix it however much you want. If you like it a little bit thinner, if you like chunkier pieces, cut those pieces in the beginning a little bit thicker. So gonna give this one quick little mix. We're ready to go. Our traditional guacamole is ready to go. Let's get that placed in a bowl. All right, we're getting it in the bowl here. As you can see, nice, good, heaping mound of guacamole. Looks delicious. Feel free to garnish this up any way you like. If you want to throw a little more cilantro on top, a little bit of onion, a little bit more spice just to make sure you got it on there. That's great. Throw a little lime wedge on there in case anybody else wants a little bit more lime. Perfect. Now you're ready to go. So this is our traditional guacamole. Enjoy. Now we're moving on to our spicy ginger guacamole. So again, we're going to take those avocados, just slice them down a little bit, remove them from the skin, and then we'll continue our build. So we have one more in there. Again, however sizes you like on those pieces, feel free to add those in. So we're just going to set those aside. We're going to grab a little spatula here for when we're ready. So ginger. Ginger's going to give it a nice, good pop. Good acidity in there. Great, great flavor. Really kind of different for guacamole, but we're having fun with it. We're trying different techniques, different flavors. You're going to enjoy it. Rice wine vinegar. So this is going to add a little bit of acidity Also with the lime we're gonna add at the end, keeps it from oxidizing. So you don't want your guacamole to turn brown. You don't want it to be able, after 30 minutes, to not be edible. So it really helps with the oxidation and a lot of bold flavors in there. So this one here, we're gonna add a little bit of Chinese 5-spice, which again, another different flavor. Not your traditional guacamole, but a lot of different flavors inside of there. Sesame oil. So this is really, really bold flavor here. So not too much of that. Sesame seeds. So again, we're gonna add a little bit of color, a little bit of texture. Sriracha, right? We called it spicy, so feel free to use sriracha, cayenne, harissa seasoning, anything that you like to make it a little bit spicy. Have a little bit of fun with it. Whatever's in your pantry, feel free to use that inside of your guacamole. Next, we're gonna add a little bit of green onions, just for a little bit of color, a little bit of bite. We're gonna save just a few of those for the top. Now we can finish up with our garnish. So again, we're gonna give it a little bit of a mix. Get everything mixed inside. Wow, those flavors smell great. Nice, good color, good texture. Really smell that sesame oil. That is really starting to come out here. So again, we're gonna add just a little bit of lime. So again, that's gonna help with the oxidation. Make sure that we got a nice, good, bright flavor in there, but really help with the color of the guacamole itself. So this one you can see is really starting to come together. The spices are blending in. Nice, bright green. You can really smell the heat on there, so that sriracha is really starting to open up. Sesame oil, sesame seeds, really looking fantastic. So let's finish mixing this up. We'll get this in a bowl. So as we add it in the bowl, make sure you scrape those edges. You don't want to leave any flavor behind. Pop that right inside of that bowl. Perfect. Now we're just gonna add a little bit more garnish to this. Like I said, we got a little bit of sesame seeds, got a little bit of color, a little bit of texture on there, got a little bit of green onions, right? Nice and bright, good color, good texture. Even if you want a little bit more spice, add that in. Finish that on top. A little bit more seasoning, looks great, tastes great. All right, now we've got our traditional, we've got our spicy ginger. Now we're getting into our Mediterranean style. So again, we got our avocados ready to go. Now we're gonna make a couple little notches in this one here. Finish adding those into our bowl. Perfect. So again, any flavors you wanna use. This time for our Mediterranean, we're gonna start with a little bit of feta cheese. Right? Get that nice in there. Sumac, so a nice good spice out of the Mediterranean. Not hot, not spicy, just good color, good texture, good little smokiness. Next, we're gonna add sun-dried tomatoes. So again, nice bold flavor inside of there. Really, really brightens that up. Fresh parsley. So this is gonna be great just for adding a lot of color, a little bit of texture, nice brightness in there. Now we're gonna add cucumbers. So again, good crunch. This one's all about texture. Capers. This one's gonna give you a little bit of bite inside of there, but a lot of flavor. So it's gonna add a little bit of that sodium touch that you're looking for in there. Red onions, we're gonna finish up. Again, nice texture, good crunch, good bite. Now we're ready to mix. So let's mix that up. We'll get that going here. As you can see, those colors are really, really alive in there. Perfect mixture here. Again, feel free to smash those down as much as you want. Again, you can make it as chunky or as thin as you like. Any way you want to make it works great for you. So let's give those a couple more little stirs there. Again, we're going to add a little bit more of our lime juice. Just again, that little bit of that acid. You want to make sure we're not oxidizing. We're not letting that turn brown. Again, adds a little bit more flavor, a little bit more brightness to it as well. So let's grab our bowl. We'll finish mixing this up. Wow, that looks great. It smells great. Textures look fantastic. Again, those onions, those sun-dried tomatoes, the texture of the California avocados itself really, really makes it look fantastic. All right, so we're gonna get this into our bowl. Perfect. So you can see the texture on this one with so many different textures in there with the onions, with the feta cheese, with the cucumbers. It's a little bit thicker. So not a problem at all. However you like it, feel free to mix it that way. This one, we're just going to finish it up. A little bit more feta cheese on top. A little bit more spice just to make it nice and bright. Feel free to add whatever you like. A little bit more cucumbers, a little bit of red onions, you know, a few capers on top just to jazz it up. And then finish it, a little bit of parsley. Nice and bright, good colors, great flavors. So now you can see we have our 3 guacamoles here. So our traditional, our spicy ginger, and our Mediterranean. Now we're ready to put the whole thing together. Let's build our plate. Now that we have all of our guacamoles made, now it's time to really get into it, make our platter. So first we have some great just seasonal vegetables, carrots, cucumbers, a little bit of celery on there. We're just gonna plate this up however you like. Have a little bit of fun with it. So we're gonna take our traditional, right? Put that nice front and center, right? California avocados, traditional guacamole. It's what you always remember. Next, we're gonna add our spicy ginger. So right on the side there, right? Next, our Mediterranean inspired. So you can see all three great flavors, great color, great texture. They're all using California avocado, but they're all quite different. Full of flavor, a lot of enjoyment there that anyone can have. Next, we're gonna finish those off. So tortilla chips, pork rinds, naan, wonton chips, breadsticks, crackers, whatever you wanna put with it is gonna be fantastic. It's gonna be delicious. Finish those off, a little bit of lime, enjoy your guacamole. So if you need to find us, California Avocado Commission on Instagram, on Facebook, follow on the website. Feel free to check out any of these or any other great recipes that we have on there. Stay tuned because in the coming weeks, we have a few more recipes. Feel free to make any of these recipes. Also tag us on it. We want to see what you're making. So enjoy your guacamole. Have a great day.